Hey planner friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be planning from the 10th to the 17th of January in my medium passion planner. Let's get started. So the kit I'm using this week is from Sticky Samosa, which is a brand new shop for me. On Instagram I was referring to this kit as Eat My Snow Dust, even though they all actually have little codes that I didn't realise. So I've just been referring to it by the quote on the full box. Shika from Sticky Samosa was kind enough to send me some of her stuff to try out for free. So disclaimer, I did receive this kit for free, but as always I wouldn't be putting it in my planner if I didn't like the quality of it. So I'm starting with the normal pen base of my spread. I've shaded in the parts of the timelines where I'm going to be asleep, and I'm using my Stabilo fine liner to split the weekly focus box, mark in alarm times, and split my personal and work to do sections. Then finally creating my mini 5-day habit tracker for things that I have to do at work every single day. Next, I'm going to grab my light blue passion marker, as light blue is my theme colour for January, and I'm going to start by filling in the focus boxes of the days where I'm not going to be at work. So I'm currently on 3-day weekends, although it is just to use up some annual leave before the new leave calendar starts. I was hoping that I was going to be able to use my annual leave to have like a whole week off and go and do something in February, but obviously not, thanks to the pandemic that is still going on. And then I'm going to use the same chisel tip side of my passion marker to colour in the check boxes in the bottom left hand corner. I'm also still using a planner face album just to hold down the left hand side of my planner while it's too new to lay flat at the moment. But while setting up for this week, it did start to lay flat, so I guess I've officially broken this planner in. So the next thing I'm going to do is use the fine liner side of my passion marker to mark in my work hours for the week, and as I've said before, the fine liner side of passion markers can come out very light, so I would suggest going over all of these lines twice to make sure that they really stand out on the page. The last part of my pen base is to add in my breakfast, lunch and dinners for the week, so I'm adding in my meals with my Pilot friction pen, and then I will highlight over them with the chisel tip side of my passion marker, just to add plenty of that monthly theme colour to the spread. So this week is my first time actually using a kit that's designed for a passion planner. It was a bit weird not having to trim all of the boxes, but it definitely made setting this spread up a lot quicker. Don't worry though, I still found a little bit of use for my craft knife this week. The pages that I have from this kit are the basic kit and then the sampler sheet and the washi sampler. Plus I have some extra bits and pieces from Shika, such as some transparent hexagons, which were really fun to use for some layering. It was also a nice challenge to use a different type of kit. This one's very functional, but it's also designed for you to not use the timelines, so very different to my style, but I still made it work. So that's the pen base of my spread. Now I can start putting some stickers down, and I'm starting with something that I never use from a standard vertical style kit, which is date covers. The date covers in Shika's kits are designed to go over the daily focus box, and obviously because I use those, I've decided to trim the date strips down so that they just fit over the actual date covers from the planner. I don't normally use date covers from a standard vertical style kit because they are too small for passion planner day headers, and I don't want to have to buy white out, but these fit beautifully. The date dots that I have are from an old Kay Elizabeth Plans full kit, I think, and they're the only date dots that I have lying around. Next up, I'm going to add my meal tracker sticker, and this is still the one that I made myself. In newest Sticky Samosa kits, there are actual Monday to Sunday boxes that fit there, but not in the one that I'm using today. I've then grabbed a planner face habit tracker from my stash, and I'm topping that with the Eat My Snow Dust full box from the kit. Again, there are now habit trackers in the Sticky Samosa sampler sheet, but not from this kit because it's slightly older. I'm also still kind of paranoid from the time that I cut through my planner like 3 weeks ago, so I'm doing a really bad job of cutting stickers at the moment. Next, we can get into our headers for the Space of Infinite Possibility and the personal and work to-do lists. So there are washi strips in the kit that are perfectly designed for these areas. I've used one of them in the Space of Infinite Possibility. They're slightly thicker than the headers that are printed in the planner, but then the timeline covers that I'm not going to be using are a little bit too short for them, so I'll change that one up in a bit, but they do work perfectly to make my gratitude header. There are pieces of washi that are designed to go over the personal and work to-do lists, but in this kit they were grey and I wanted to add a bit more colour. So I end up switching out the peach snowflake headers for a little bit of the polar bear washi that I trimmed off of the date covers. I also found this week, while I was filling in my plans as I went, that the timeline covers were really handy to use in the same way that I use glitter headers, just to fill in a little bit of extra space during the day. So here I am just changing my mind and swapping out those peach headers for the polar bear ones, as I mentioned earlier. I can't remember whether this kit is in Chica's standard paper or the removable matte paper, but it does peel up quite well even when it's been sat for like a minute. So I'm going to finish off my base by adding the weekend banner from the kit, and then we can start getting into some actual plans for this week. I'm going to start by adding an appointment label on Monday, and that's just for a bill. There aren't any bill due stickers in this kit, but I figured an appointment label works just as well. I'm then going to use another appointment label on Monday lunchtime to mark in that I had my first COVID vaccine. I'm just marking that with a little icon, which I think is a leftover from a Planner Face Monthly. Next, I'm using one of the 1.5-hour size boxes to mark in a work meeting on Tuesday morning, and again I'm using a planner face icon for that. And then I'm going to mark in another work call straight after it with a skinny box. I'm pulling in a lot of icons and doodles and stuff from my stash this week because I don't have the same amount of deco as I would normally get with one of the more standard vertical decorative style kits that I use. So I've added a little flag in the focus box on Wednesday to mark working from home, and then a skinny box for another work meeting. Next I'm going to go in with my Pinky Stickers printables to mark in my workouts for the week, which I don't think I moved around this week. That hasn't happened for a long time. For my planning time this week, I layered one of the script stickers from the kit over the grey washi that should have been for the personal or work to-do list headers, and I've also added a planner face doodle to it, and then I had to move it around because I put it in the wrong place. I also added the other 1.5-hour sized box from the kit to mark in recording my voiceover. This obviously moved to Sunday. I think I should just accept the fact that I don't do my voiceovers on a Saturday. Next I'm going to add in another appointment label for my friend's birthday on Saturday, and I've just got a little birthday cake icon from that. Then I'm going to use one of the 2-hour sized boxes from the kit to mark in whatever we got up to on Saturday evening, which turned out to be a lot of swearing at our Wi-Fi router because we had really intermittent internet and it was very frustrating. I'm still worried that I'm not going to be able to get this video up today, but obviously if you're watching it, I've managed it. So these Sticky Samosa kits come with a lot of checklists, so I've used one of the checklist boxes on Sunday morning for my cleaning, and then I'm using some of the scripts from the kit and icons from the kit and from my stash to mark in things like taking the bins out and laundry day. I hardly ever have scripts, so this was a bit of a novelty. I'm using one of the skinny boxes and an Ickle & Co YouTube icon to mark in uploading this video on Sunday, and then I remembered that I have some of these transparent hexagons, so I decided to start doing some layering. Finally, I decided to use some of the thicker washi strips from the washi sampler to just mark out some time where I probably wouldn't be doing anything, like after leg day. So now I can start filling in my plans for the week, and as usual I'm using my Pilot friction pen, and I thought I would take a little bit of time to share my experience with the COVID vaccine. I shared a few updates on my story, but it's now almost a week since I've had it, so I figured I would share the whole thing here. For reference, I had the Pfizer vaccine and I got it early because I work in a hospital and cannot work from home full time. The actual jab itself was no worse than a normal flu jab, and afterwards I just had a bit of a sore arm and started to feel a little bit run down by the end of Monday. On Tuesday I still felt a little bit run down and my arm had swelled up slightly. It was really sore and I was struggling to lift it too far above my head, but that kind of calmed down by the end of Tuesday evening. Apparently ibuprofen works to reduce those symptoms, but I'm allergic to that, so that was a no from me. I just dealt with it. By Wednesday, I felt completely back to normal. However, on Thursday, I did start having a migraine. This isn't listed as a side effect of the vaccine. I suffer from chronic migraines and we're not quite sure what my triggers are, so it's probably just a horrible coincidence. But now, as I'm recording this voiceover, it's a Sunday and I feel completely back to normal. No side effects, no sore arm, just feeling a little bit safer. So that's my little vaccine story time. When you are eligible to get the vaccine, I highly suggest you do it so that we can get out of this awful lockdown pandemic time and get back to something resembling normality. But until then, you know the drill. Wash your hands, stay at home, wear your mask when you do go out, all of that. So I've pretty much filled in all of my plans and I'm just adding my to-do lists for the week. I think overall, despite the slight side effects and the migraine, this week's been a pretty good one. We've had a lot of fun this weekend, apart from the internet issues. We've played some board games, I've played some Sims, we've just had a nice stay-at-home weekend. It's been lush. My focuses for this week were pretty simple. My personal one was just that we're in lockdown. I'll probably start counting the weeks soon. And then for my work focus, because I got my vaccine through work, I just popped that down. It's been really difficult to plan for work recently, just because working in a hospital during a pandemic, everything is so up in the air and things seem to be changing every single week. So that's all my pre-planning for this week. Let's take a look at the finished spread. As always, my spread really filled up throughout the week with just bits and pieces that we were doing. I really like how this has turned out. I was worried that it wouldn't look like my normal style because it's a different type of kit, but I really made it work for my sort of planning. Also, it fits so nicely with my cold, wintry January theme. So that's everything for this video, guys. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments down below. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed it and don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you next time. Bye!